Alright everybody, let's talk about the project settings and render settings for our midterm project scene. We're outputting as stills, and so we want to set up our project accordingly. First thing, let's go into render settings right up here. Just click on edit render settings. First one you come up with is output, and here we want to change the preset. Probably best to go to print presets because we eventually want to print these, and let's just do letter so that we can print off our color letter laser printer, and it's going to give us 8.5 by 11 at 300 dpi, which is great. It'll be a nice high resolution image. And you can see down here it's 3300 by 2550 pixels, which is great as well. So keep on that. Everything else we can leave as is. We don't have to make sure it's on current frame. We don't want to have all frames or anything like that. Just the current frame is fine. Then let's save the project. So click on Save, choose folder location, name your file, save it, and then you can also choose format. For now, let's just choose JPEG format. We'll pause for a second. Okay, have to pause a lot. Got the kids at home today. Anyway, so once you get it set up, choose JPEG, choose a file name. Once you're all set here, just click out, and you'll be all set. Okay, next thing is we're going to drop a few cameras in so that we can arrange our scene and then work between the two or more viewpoints that you want to have. So right now, if we go to cameras, all we have is a default camera. The default camera is what you can navigate throughout the scene. In order to actually place a camera in, we need to go up here to the palette and let's click camera. It's going to drop a camera in exactly where we were in the default camera. Okay, so we can name this camera. I'm just going to say view 1, and then we can navigate throughout the scene. So now when we go to cameras, you can see view 1. Click on here. We're looking through the camera, and the default camera is still in the same position. Let's click back here again, and it's probably best to choose the landscape so that I can navigate throughout the scene. And then we can move to a new spot. So I'm just going to move to a new spot here, probably something like this. Zoom in a little bit, move out of the way, and just find a new perspective, I guess. This looks pretty good. So now here you can see default camera. If we were to click on view 1, we'd go back to that original view, and default camera, we go to the new view. Now in order to make this permanent, let's put in another camera. Drop in another camera. Let's just call this view 2, and now we can navigate between view 1 and view 2. Okay, now if you want to make small adjustments here, what you can do is the cameras are literally objects. So if you can click between them, you notice that the arrows are appearing with the move tool for navigation. So if I wanted to move the camera a little bit, I could take this and move it ever so slightly, right? It would give us a sort of a different point of view. You can also rotate, and this helps you to sort of plan your scene, and then you can make small adjustments between the cameras. So when you move the camera, the view will change, so you can work in between multiple different windows to help you to do that. So let's just render this out really quickly here and see what we look like. That view looks pretty good. Okay, my little moon biodome sphere here. Hold on, I'll pause it again quickly. Okay, so once you're ready to render, once you have your scene set up, just choose the camera view that you want to render from. In this case, I want render view 2, and then you can go ahead and render it to the picture viewer, which is this little button here in the middle. Remember, check your render settings one more time. Make sure the scene is set up how you want. Hit render, and then go ahead and render it out. So what it's going to do is it'll start to prepare the file, and it'll start to render as you see here. Start to slowly render the file. So this could take a little while. Some of your files may take 5 minutes, they could take 10 minutes or longer. So this is the point where you want to grab a sandwich, and I'm going to do that right now too. Okay, so we're back, and you can see this file render took 2 minutes and 30 seconds to render out. So think about that as you're rendering your scenes. It's going to take a little bit. but be patient. When it's finished rendering, you can check out. I like to just go and see if the file's there. Sure enough, here it is, and there it is. Okay, now once you're done here, you can close this out. When you go to render your next view, switch your camera, view 1, okay, and then change your render settings saves. So here we go, call this Biodome 2, save, and then you can go ahead and render that one out. So do that for each camera, each point of view, get different shots throughout your scene, and have it ready for critique on Tuesday.